Hi everyone, welcome to CBGBS Official and my little vlog here about the Ramones. Now I get a lot of questions, why is your name Ramone? And that is my real name. I changed it actually because, well, the real reason is because I actually met the Ramones, which is kind of a good sort of achievement for me. Really, I'm just Susie Q from the block. So to have met the Ramones was wonderful. You just couldn't beat it. To be a teenager in the 80s, there's just no other better experience than it. There's nothing like it now. There's no real scenes, as it were. I was living in Birmingham. It was very accessible and easy for me to be a punk rocker. I didn't really get stared at so much or pointed at for being a little bit quirky or cuckoo, a little bit different. Living in a town was a different story. Anyone would think you was from a different planet. So yeah, this is my story anyway. And ages ago I made a video about when I met the Ramones, but I made it via kind of webcam, and webcam videos aren't that good. So I thought I would update it a little bit. And obviously since then I've actually been to New York to CBGBS. Obviously the Ramones are from Queens in Brooklyn, New York. This is where they originated. And when I went to the city in Birmingham, I had never heard of the Ramones. I'd led a very sheltered life. And my boyfriend at the time couldn't believe it. He said, "I never heard of the Ramones." Got all the records out, and we used to have a little kind of record player at the time. And he used to put these songs on, and he'd say, "This is for you, sis." Really kind of romantic songs, like "I Don't Want to Walk Around With You," "Loudmouth," and that kind of thing. Yeah, really nice. Yeah, happy days. Anyway, so as soon as I seen the image actually of the Ramones, that was enough. It blew me away. It's just totally awesome. Obviously the Ramones have got their own kind of uniform, kind of ripped jeans, leather jackets, kind of slogan t-shirts, a bit like this one, with the Ramones, with the eagle, circle with whatever band members. This one is actually Johnny, Gigi, who's Gigi? Dee, Johnny, Joey and Richie. Obviously Dee was a bit of an ex-junkie, but he was a really nice character. Joey, is really tall, long black, can't get my words out today. Long black curly hair, never seen without his kind of shades. Obviously Johnny kind of thought he was one of the Beatles. He used to stand there with his legs open like this with his guitar, and that was his sort of trademark. Yeah, so this is my kind of vlog anyway. When I met the Ramones on the 23rd of May 1985, Birmingham, Odeon, and I'll never forget that day. It really, the actual Odeon on New Street is still there. It's an actual cinema now. But in the 80s, it used to have a little gate sort of down the side, and this is where the coaches would come and bring the bands. So obviously, we brought our tickets. I think it was, I can't remember, probably less than £10. Wasn't that much. I also seen them at the Hummingbird a few years after, but didn't meet them then. But this time, when I met them, I was just so overwhelmed. I don't know how I managed to speak naturally. Joey Ramone, I remember him shaking my hand, and I haven't washed my hands since. I have really. But it's going back over 25 years, so I'll try and paint you a little picture. So I was waiting there was a few other guys as well waiting with us. We was all standing there with our leather jackets. I actually bought a Ramones badge the other day from Skegness. It cost me 50p. When I was in New York, as crazy as it sounds, I couldn't get any Ramones memorabilia. This was from the East Village, where CBGBS is actually situated. They'd sold out. Obviously they get a lot of tourists. They had no Blondie. I couldn't believe it. I managed to get a Blondie t-shirt and CBGBS. They did have a few Ramones t-shirts, but I already had got quite a few Ramones, so I didn't get any. So Anyway, so let's carry on. Now, there's no other better experience or atmosphere than a Ramones concert. you know, all the 1, 2, 3, 4, and obviously the Gabba Gabba Hays and the Hey Ho Let's Go. They used to have a little mascot that walked around with a stick and it had a big board and it said Gabba Gabba Hey, Gabba Gabba Hey. And this is, you know, the actual gig on the night was rocking. But let's carry on anyway with when they actually got out the coach. And you know, this great big tour coach came along and they all got off one by one. Obviously the Ramones aren't your typical pretty boy band. They've got this sort of raw image, very punk. Obviously they were the pioneers of punk rock, as I said, from CBGB's New York, America. And you know, being American added this kind of glamour to them. So yeah, they all got off the coach and I says, "Hi, we're the Ramones. Would you like to come into the Odeon with us?" And I was like, "Oh my God, you don't have to ask twice." And so we all sort of trudged into the Odeon. And obviously the America that they got given an traditional English dinner of actually stew and dumplings, and Joey Ramone actually picked up a dumpling and he said, "What the hell is this, man?" You know, he didn't know what it was. It was funny, but you had to be there. And yeah, we took a few photos, that kind of thing. And Johnny wanted to go out and buy a New York Times paper, and he was asking around, you know, where could he get hold of a New York Times. And yeah, it was just brilliant. Yeah, we had a little chat with him. I can't remember now the exact words. Yeah, but it really was. They got right up close to us. I can remember. I've still got the photos somewhere, but I've lost them. I know we didn't have digital cameras in those, as I said before, you know. Yeah, but as I said, it was just brilliant. The gig on the night, it really was. And I think my favourite actual Ramones song is Susie's Headbanger. Yeah, and I quite like Rockaway Beach, I Want to Be Sedated, The KKK Took My Baby Away. Yeah, there's loads, I just couldn't name them all. There's just so many. The rock and roll, you know, they just never seem to stop for breath. They just go from once. This is actually a live album, as I mentioned. This one, the Airwaves, Classic Airwaves. It's just brilliant. You could just imagine you there. Yeah, and it's just like went straight from one into the other. You know, yeah, just totally brilliant. And I'll never forget that day. I love to be a Ramone. And yeah, so thanks for watching me, Susie Q Ramone. Hopefully one day I'll get back to New York and actually make a video at CBGBS. Still can't believe I was standing there. You know, to be honest, I've said it before, I just couldn't believe I was there. I never ever thought in my wildest dreams that I'd ever go to CBGBS. Obviously it's not called CBGBS now, it's an actual closed store. But anyway, it was still CBGBS. I wanted to kiss the ground. You know, that's probably why I didn't make a video. I couldn't speak. You know, it was very, very overwhelming. It was a brilliant experience, and hopefully, as I said, I will go back. Don't know when. I want to go to California next. There's so many. I've got this road trip I'm planning. I don't know when it's going to happen, but there's so many places in America I want to visit. I just love America. I love American bands. I love American culture. I just love everything American. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. I think I have actually got American heritage. Long story. Another story. Okay, so thanks for watching me, Susie Q Ramone, and I'll catch you later, and ciao for now. Thanks for watching.